Welcome back to another episode of Fat Rob's Fishing. Today, I have the new Bonafide kayak that I picked up yesterday loaded up. It's the Bonafide SS107. It's a 10-foot kayak. So we're going to go put it on the water and do some fishing out of it today and see if it's as stable as everybody says it is. It's a 10-foot kayak, so I'm really curious on how stable it's going to be for me. I'm not going to try to flip it today because, one, the water's pretty cold right now. It's 40 degrees outside. And two, I'm probably too fat to jump back in the kayak, so we're not going to try all that jazz. We're just going to put it in the highest sea position and do some regular fishing like I would out of my other kayak. And just to see how stable it is, how it maneuvers. And I'm hoping it's as good as everybody says it is, especially because I already bought it. So let's head out to the lake, let's get some fishing in and let's see how this kayak performs today. So I'm in the boat. It definitely feels smaller than my 12-foot Ascent. Obviously, it's a 10-foot. The seat position is way more comfortable. It tends to rock way more than my 12-footer. Like I could see where I'd be a little more prone to tip, and that's possibly because of the height of the seat. I may try lowering it later. Uh-oh. Standing up. I feel like I have. Huh? You got baby giraffe legs? Yeah. But it's easy to stand up and sit down. I'll have to practice at it. Alright, well, let's start fishing with it and I'll give my honest opinion when we leave. Yeah?
The other thing about sitting so high, the wind's also going to push you more.
It is. My body's not aerodynamic. So as you guys can see, it's pretty windy. It's not white capping, not yet. But I'm paddling against the wind. And I'm tracking pretty good. And so far the kayak is pretty stable. I don't have any concerns that I would flip it. Aside from me falling out standing up, because I'm not comfortable doing that yet. But so far, I mean, for a 10-foot boat, it seems to be pretty good. Hopefully there's no body under that hat. Oh yeah. All right, got us a nice hat. Next up is a nice fish. Try getting some casting, standing up, just to get comfortable. So I have my other kayak, the 12-foot kayak, and I would never dare to do what I'm doing on it now. I would stand up and I feel like I would fall every time. This actually feels pretty sturdy. Again, I'm just not very comfortable yet, but it does feel sturdy. I have to say I'm really impressed with the way this boat handles. It's easy to move around in. I can stand up and fish from it. Feels stable. Alright, so we're done for the day. And I've got to say, the kayak is pretty stable. For a 10-foot kayak, the only other kayak I've ever fished out of before is a 12-footer. And on my 12-foot kayak, I would never dare stand up to fish because it was too hard to get up off the seat and it was way too hard to sit back down. So on this one, the seats were pretty highly elevated and it was very easy to stand up. Now, I'm not accustomed to standing up and fishing, so my legs are a bit shaky, but I know it's something I can get comfortable doing the more I do it on this kayak because it is stable enough by far. And it was extremely easy to sit back down. So if I was to hook into a big fish, I could easily just sit right back down and get it reeled in. It was pretty stable. If I do lean too far left or right, and I mean like way too far, probably have to be on purpose, of course I could tip it. You can tip any kayak. But for a 10-foot boat, it was comfortable. It was easy to load and unload by myself, which for me is extremely important. And one of the main reasons why I went down to a 10-foot kayak, because it was easy to handle by myself. My 12-footer, I was always having to get help to get it loaded, sometimes to get it unloaded. It was a tank. And this one it was a bit easier to do by myself without hurting myself or damaging the kayak. Like I said, it was stable. It was a bit windy out, and I was able to maneuver around. I could turn pretty quickly. I'm not going to win any speed records on the kayak. I mean, it's not extremely fast, but when I'm fishing, I'm not looking to be fast. I'm kind of looking to, go at a slow pace and do some fishing. Now, I was paddling with it at the sea level at the highest on a windy day. I'm pretty sure if I wanted to get to moving, all I would have to do is lower that seat position to the lowest seat position and start paddling, and I'm pretty sure at that point I could probably get to where I wanted to go a lot faster. And that's what I would probably do on an extremely windy day. If I got stuck on the other side of a lake, I would just lower the seat and I would paddle back to the boat dock. But overall, I'm pretty pleased with the kayak. I mean, it's a sharp looking kayak, it's stable, I can stand up from it, and it's easy to maneuver as well as easy to load and unload. So it's got everything covered for me. There's a few things on there that I would have liked to seen. Some more gear tracks in some different areas. The gear tracks in the very front are pretty hard to reach. I have my cup holder on one, and it's reachable, but it's tough to reach it. So I'll be adding some more gear tracks to it here over the next couple of weeks. But other than that, it seems pretty good. And really only time will tell. The more I fish on it, the more I'll have more feedback throughout, But yeah, that's it. It was too bad on the maiden voyage we couldn't catch any fish, but again, I was happy to get the kayak out in the water, and I'm really happy with my purchase. Thank you for watching, and hopefully we'll catch you in the next video.